Hi, my name's Steve. I'm one of the fitness instructors in the Sports Centre. These are my colleagues John, Jane and Ryan. The purpose of this video is to show you how to access the Sports Centre and how to safely use the equipment provided in the fitness centre. As you come through into the Sports Centre, please make sure you have your key or card with you. If you do forget your key or card, just have a chat with the reception team, they'll check your details and they'll buzz you through.
Hi, my name's Jane and I'm one of the fitness instructors here at the Sports Centre. Today I'm going to take you through a safety induction video of some of our cardio kit that's available to you. This is one of our upright cycle machines that's available for you to use, so I'm just going to explain to Steve sort of how to use it safely. Okay Steve, so if you just walk up to where the seat is for me. So we need the seat to be at hip height. There is a lever underneath the seat where you can adjust. So just lift the lever up for me and just stand side on and then just make sure that seat is at hip height. That's it. So it should click into place so it's nice and safe. Okay, next thing I want you to do, Steve, is just step onto the machine for me. Okay. And then just pop your feet into the pedals. So what you're looking for, so if you just lower your left leg a bit lower down, what we're looking for here is there to be a slight bend in the knee, okay? Now from this position here, you okay there?
Yeah.
Yep. So from this position now, what we need to do is to start pedaling. So once we start pedaling, this will activate the monitor screen. So Steve, if you can start pedaling for me in a forward motion. You will hear the machine start to kick in. And then if you want to just have a look at the monitor here for me, you will see after a few seconds the monitor will light up, okay? Now from here we can start to activate whether you want to work on a specific goal. So Steve, if you just want to press where the goals button is for me, you will see that you can either do a selected time, you can either do a selected distance, or if you're working off a certain amount of calories that you want to burn, these are the buttons for you to use, okay? So if we want to get started quickly, just press the stop button for me to come out of that screen and then press on the quick start for me, Steve. This will count you down from 5 seconds, and then once it hits 0, your program will begin to start, okay? You will see the button in the middle, which is labelled up in yellow. That is your effort level. So if you felt like you wanted a bit of more resistance in your workout, you can increase it there. And then you'll also see on the monitor here which level you are working at, okay? This machine will also record your heart rate. So at any point during the workout, you can place your hands over the metal strips on the handlebars, and that will record your beats per minute down here in the right-hand corner. There is also an alternative hand position here at the top. So Steve, if you just want to place your hands at the top, and then you could rest your elbows here on the resting pads as well, okay? Once you have finished your workout, you can press your stop button. And then that will give your workout summary, okay? And then if you press the stop button again for me, Steve, that will end your workout. This is one of our cross trainers that's available for you to use. So I'm just going to ask Steve again to come and demonstrate for me. Okay, to safely get onto the machine, what you need to do is to step onto the lower foot plate first and then step across to the higher one. So with your right foot, Steve, just step onto the right plate. Grab onto the handles in the middle for me as you do so, and then bring your left foot over to the left plate. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do now, Steve, is to just take your feet into a forward motion for me. Okay, so this just gets the machine going. Once the machine's been going just for a few seconds, the monitor will light up, okay? And then again, we can go into the goals options. So if you just press on the goals for me, Steve, thank you. You can then sort of adjust whether it wants to be your time, your distance, or your calories that you'll want to work out for today's session. If not, then you can come out of that and just press the stop button for me, Steve, and then go into your quick start option. So press that for me, count you down from 5 seconds, and then you're away into the main part of the workout. Again, you've got that effort button in the middle to increase your resistance. So just increase a couple more times for me. That's great, thank you. And then what you can do then is just carry on at that resistance, or you can alternate throughout your workout, okay? And then just decrease that for me again. Wonderful. Okay, you will see for the handles, there are the handles in the centre which Steve has got his hands on at the moment. So that would be great if you just wanted to give your lower body a bit of a workout. But if you wanted a all over full body workout, just grab onto the handles at the side for me, Steve. And then you can bring your arms into play at the same time. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Yeah, good. Okay. So again, to kind of bring that to a stop, you can press the stop button. And then again, that will give your workout summary. And then if you press the stop button again for me, that will bring your workout to a stop as well. Okay. Another option as well, so instead of going in the forward motion, you can also go in a reverse motion. So can you try to do that for me now, Steve? Just take your feet back for me. Okay, so just gives you a little bit of a variation on your workout. To safely dismount the machine, I'm just going to ask Steve to just take his left foot off and then just take his foot around the back of his right to make sure that that left foot is on the ground. Okay, so this is one of our row machines that's available for you to use, okay? So before I get Steve to demonstrate how to use it, I'm just going to talk through how to set up the monitor. So the monitor can be activated by either pressing the menu button or by beginning rowing yourself, okay? So I'm just going to press on the menu button here, and then the screen will light up. You will see that there's several options down the side. But if you were to just click on the just row option, you are able to just get on the machine and then just begin to row. If we were to come back out of that and go to select workout, you can go to new workout here, where you can program in a specific distance or a specific time, or again, if there's a specific number of calories that you wanted to burn throughout the workout. There is also an option here for kind of interval training as well. Okay, so now I'm going to get Steve to demonstrate how to use this machine safely. Once you walk up to the machine, you will notice that the seat will be quite far forward, reaching the foot pedals, okay? So Steve, if you just want to move the seat a little bit further back to give you room to sit down for me. And then what I'm going to ask Steve to do is to just pop his feet into the foot placements. Doing this, what you're best doing is placing your toes in first before bringing your heel back, okay? To adjust the straps, so to tighten them, I'm just going to get Steve to just pull the strap across his foot, and then to loosen that, we're just going to flip the strap over. Okay, that's great, thanks Steve. If you can just tighten on both sides for me now. Perfect. And then you'll see the strap positioning is over that crease of your foot. If it is not in the right place, you can adjust by just lifting these up on either side, okay? So as we come forward to row, so Steve, if you just come forward for me, and then just grab hands on the handles, and then back nice and straight for me. From this position now, I'm going to ask Steve to keep his arms straight, but to bring his legs down flat. So if you can do that first for me. Perfect. And then from this position, just a slight lean back, and then bring that handle in towards your chest, and then arms away for me, slight lean in, and then legs into the slide. Brilliant. If you can just repeat that a couple more times for me. That's it. So what we're looking for is that nice fluid motion coming up and then back down the slide. Just need to mention about the resistance here. So once you've been rowing for a while, you'll get used to what kind of resistance you'll want it at. At the moment, we're on a 10. I'm just going to drop this right down to a 1, and then I'm just going to ask Steve to continue rowing, okay? You will notice that the higher you go in resistance, the more powerful the flywheel becomes, okay? what we would like to recommend is for beginners, have that flywheel anywhere between 3 and 5, okay? And then for the more intermediate, between 6 and 8, and then if you're more of an advanced rower, between 8 and 10. That's really good. And then just to bring that workout to a stop, you just come forward for me, Steve, and then just place the handle back into the bracket, and then just release your straps on the feet on both sides. Perfect. And then to get your foot out, just push your foot up first and then bring your heel out. That's great. Okay, so this is one of our treadmills that's available for you to use here. I'm going to ask Steve to help me demo the machine safely for you, okay? Before you do anything though, just make sure that the treadmill is at a complete standstill, okay, which it is. So Steve, if you just want to just step onto the treadmill for me, that's great, and then just walk up to the monitor. You will notice that in the casing here, there is a clip. So this is your emergency stop button. So we advise all users to attach this to either the bottom of their top or jumper, whatever it is that you're wearing. Okay, so once you are safely attached to the machine, you will notice that the monitor is pretty standard and is the same as a lot of the other cardio machines that we have available. Okay, so we have the goals option for you to use, okay, which again will record either your time, your distance or your calories, or again we have the quick start option here in the middle. So Steve, if you just press that quick start button for me now. So once you press the quick start button, the machine will count you down from 5, and then I just want you to walk as you would do normally, okay? It's obviously going to be at a very slow pace to begin with. To increase that speed, there is a button in yellow on the monitor. So Steve, if you just press just once at a time and then just let the machine catch up, okay? What we don't want you doing is to just keep pressing the button and then for the machine to just run away with you. Okay, that's great. So once you've got the speed that you want to be working at, you need to then think about whether you want to go on a bit of a hill climb or a bit of a sort of steady run. So we've got the ascent button here in the blue, which will increase the gradient of the machine. So if you just press that a couple of times for me, Steve, so then we can just demo that. Again, the machine will just take its time and then you'll notice that the machine will increase in gradient there. Okay. So if at any point during the workout you wanted to momentarily stop, you can just place your feet to the outside on the pads. And then you can step back onto the treadmill when you are ready. However, we strongly recommend that you only do this at a lower speed. To stop the workout, so if you press the stop button for me, that will give you your workout summary, and again if you just press the stop button again, and then that will exit the machine. Okay, so one thing to remember is if you're obviously working at a higher speed, the machine will take longer to slow down than what it would do if you're working at a lower speed once you end your workout. Remember to take off your safety clip and then just pop it into the housing there and then just dismount the machine safely for me. Thank you. Okay, so another option available for you to use is our curved treadmill. However, I'm not going to go through how to demonstrate this machine. We strongly recommend that you book in for a one-to-one with one of our fitness instructors so we can go through it with you face to face. Okay, this is our ski erg that's available for you to use. So again, with the rowing machine monitor, to activate it, you can either get the machine moving yourself or you can click on the menu button. And then you'll notice that you can also set up whether it be just your just ski option or select your workout, which will then take you through your normal goals of distance, time and calories. I'm now going to get Steve to demonstrate how to use the machine safely. So Steve, if you just want to step over for me. Okay, you will also notice that we have the flywheel resistance here as well, exactly the same as the rowing machine. So again, like we said with the row machine, to work on a beginner level about 4 to 5, intermediate about 6 to 8, advanced 8 to 10, okay? Just for today's purposes, I'm just going to keep the flywheel on resistance 1. So to use the machine, I'm just going to ask Steve to grab onto the handles for me. Okay, and then just make sure your feet are at a comfortable distance apart. And then as you bring the handles down towards either side of your body, you're just going to have a slight bend in your knee as you do so, okay? So just bring those handles down and a slight bend. That's it. So we're actually sort of mimicking that movement of skiing, okay? That's great, thank you. And then to obviously stop your workout, you just want to place those handles back safely and then step away from the machine.
Hi, I'm now upstairs in the free weights area. I'm going to take you through the safety induction of how to use the equipment safely. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate to you how to load up the plate weights onto the bar provided. So please make sure that you do check the physical amount of weight on the plate before you load it. Carefully slide this onto the bar. Do the same thing on the opposite side, and please make sure that the plates that you put on are the same on both sides. To secure the plates, use the locking collar. Slide the collar on, lift the clip up and click it into position to secure the plate. So we're going to demonstrate to you how to safely take the barbell off to perform an exercise. Jane, would you like to come across for me, please? So Jane, what I'm going to ask you to do now is to step forward towards the bar, placing your hands against the bar close to these ring sections here on both sides. Can you place your body forward and underneath and in front of the bar? Keep the bar against your neck. Just be careful with your hair. If you feel your hair's getting in the way, just move it out, tie it into a bunch. Now Jane, from there, can you just carefully lift the bar up for me? Carefully step back towards me. I'm going to ask you now to stand with your feet slightly further apart. Bend your knees very carefully for me and squat down towards the floor. Lift yourself back up again. Do it one more time, please. And carefully lift up again. Hold that position there. I'd like you now to carefully step forward, placing the bar back in against the two rungs. Safely come down from there. Bring your body down for me. Come back, mind your head, and finish. What I'm going to do now is to show you how to safely remove the safety barrier if you wish to do additional exercise. Place both hands against the bar, lift up, slide back, slide forwards, slide away, and remove. I'm now in the free weights room. We're going to give a general overview of how to set the equipment up. I'm not going to give a demonstration of how to do a single exercise or all the exercises. We do recommend, if you do want to do an exercise, please speak to an instructor, arrange a one-to-one session, and we'll go from there. So we have a range of dumbbells starting from 2 and ascending to 36 kilos in weight. We would ask you to choose the dumbbell weight specific to the exercise that you'd like to perform and also to your body shape. We're able to utilise the bench with the dumbbells. The bench itself can be adjusted from the back to have an elevated position. Please ensure that the restraint is against the lever at the back according to the exercise that you would like to perform. We can also adjust the seat at the front of the bench as well. Simply place your hand underneath the yellow lever and lift up. Lift the bench up, release the lever, click it into position, push down with your hand to make sure it is secure before you start. This is our crossover station. The pulley wheels are adjustable through the frame. Simply hold the frame, pull the pin away, either depress or elevate to the position of your choice, click it into position, making sure the height is the same on both sides of the station. Remember to check the plate weight by removing the pin and reinserting into the pin or plate weight of your choice. You can attach various handles onto the carabiner clips. Simply press in and release, hold, place on and snap back into position. Coming away from the two handlebars, we can go on to utilising the handlebar positions at the top. We can use these for chinning exercises and also for stretching as well. So this is our seated mid-range pulley row station. We can adjust the position of the chest press to bring it in closer or further away according to your body type and how far you want to pull the handlebars towards your body or stretch away from your body. We can adjust the height of the seat by lifting up the lever on the underside, lifting the seat or lowering the seat down. Please ensure it clicks into position before you release the seat with your hand. We check the plate weight by removing the magnetised pin, inserting it into the plate of your choice, and if required we can adjust an additional 2.5 kilos on the main stack by pushing this lever in to attach the plate at the back of the frame. If it's not required, simply pull it away and just use the weight provided by the stack. Jane, would you like to come across to use the machine for me? I can ask you to sit down facing towards the machine, placing your chest against the pad in front of you and placing your handlebars forward. I will adjust the weight for you here slightly, sorry. What I'd like you to do now is to hold the two handles firmly. I want you to try and bend your elbows, pulling your arms and body back. Return your hands forward and repeat one more time. To finish off, ensure the plate weights touch down below, release the handlebars and then carefully step back and step away. You will notice on almost all pieces of equipment that there are written and also illustrative diagrams guiding you through how to use each piece of equipment. So this is our low row station. First of all, you will find that the handle attaches onto the carabiner. Simply push the carabiner in, remove the handle. To load, simply push the handle in, bring the spring back onto the carabiner again, and you're all set to go. Jane, can I ask you to come across to take a seat for me, please? Okay, so straddle the frame, placing yourself down on the pad and put your feet against the two pads there for me in front. Can you place your hands on and take hold of the handle for me? Before you do pull, just need to point out the adjustment point for the weight stack inside here. Simply remove the magnetised pin, insert the pin into the weight plate of your choice, and we can attach an additional 2.5 kilos onto the main stack by pushing the plate pin forward or simply remove if it's not required. Now Jane, can I ask you to just shuffle yourself back slightly, placing your hands against the two handlebars, straightening your back up and just move your shoulders back slightly. And now pull the handle in towards your body, return forward, repeat one more time for me. To finish off, bring your hands forward, bend your knees slightly, bring the plates down towards the stack, the handlebar down towards the plate pedals and release the handlebars. This is our pulse platform. We're going to show you how to adjust the safety rungs and also the bottom safety bars. Jane, could you come into assist me please? We're going to take the bar off the rungs first of all and place this down towards the floor. Thanks Jane. To adjust the height of the rungs, place one hand on the underside of the bottom part of the rung here. The second hand goes on the bar just behind. Simply lift this up, take it forwards and bring it down. You will see that there are various positions where the rungs can go into. Place against the frame, push back towards you, bring down, mirror this on both sides. You'll see in the centre that there is a little viewpoint here so you can see the actual physical number to mirror on both sides of the frame. To either remove or adjust the bottom frame, place your hand on the underside of the frame at the front, place your hand on the handlebar at the back, simply lift up, return forwards and bring down towards the floor, or reinsert at a lower level, mirroring through the viewpoint on both sides of the frame. We're now going to go through how to load the plates onto the bar. Jane, could you give me a hand please? First of all, we're going to take the bar up from the floor and place it onto the lower support frame. Okay, Jane? Could you take the one 5 kilo plate, and I'll do the same thing here on my side. Place the plate onto the bar, pushing it all the way to the sleeve from the centre. Jim, would you like to use one of the spring collars for me at the top? With the spring tight collars, simply push the two handles together, place them onto the bar and squeeze up against the plate weight to hold it into position. Please be aware, if you do try to move this collar, it won't physically move until you squeeze the two handles together and then carefully move across. And that holds the plates in position. So just as a reminder, the bumper plates that are provided on the Pulse platform are to remain on this station only. They cannot be used anywhere else within the fitness centre. The platform also has access to a pull-up bar where you can use the handlebars on the outside of the frame or on the inside, according to the type of exercise that you want to do. This is our leg press station. We've preloaded it with two 20 kilo plates, one on each side. I'm going to ask my colleague Jane to come across to demonstrate the machine for you. So Jane, would you like to first of all place your hands on the frame at the top for me, and then place your feet on the platform in front and sit down on the seat for me. Before I ask you to place your feet on the platform here, could you place your hands on the two yellow handlebars on the left and right hand sides? These control the two stops for the machine, which is currently in an idle position. Jane, could you now place your feet from on the platform board in front of you? And to release the machine from its idle position, could you push your feet forwards and now draw the two handlebars forwards in front of you. I'd like you now to bend your knees carefully, bringing the plate down towards your body, and away you go. I'd like you to push forward here. Just need to point out that there are additional stops on this position here on the left and right hand sides. Jane, could you repeat that again for me, but come down slightly lower just to demonstrate how the machine will come down to the stops. And push forwards and repeat one final time. Could you now hold that position there for me? I'd like you now to draw the two handlebars back, returning the original stops to the position. Hold the handles as you carefully lower the platform down onto the stops. You can now release your feet down towards the floor, take your hands away from the two handles, and carefully place your hands on the top and step carefully away from the machine.
You're ready.
So we've just completed an overview of the equipment within the free weights area. As you can see, there are additional pieces of equipment available which I haven't demonstrated at the moment. The principles remain exactly the same. Please remember to load and unload the bar evenly on both sides. Please remember to use the locking clips to hold the plates in position. And when you do finish, please remember to return the plates back to the storage areas provided, ready for the next person to use the equipment.
Hi, I'm John. I'm one of the fitness instructors here at the Sports Centre. I'm going to be going through the resistance machines, which are in the area just here. First one that I'm going to go through is the shoulder press. All the resistance machines do have an explanation as to what the exercise is, and the coloured areas represent the muscles that are being worked. So with all the resistance machines, they work via a pin mechanism, and all the weights are in kgs, which stands for kilograms. So you just pop the pin back into the hole, and with any of the resistance machines, you just need to remember anything that's shallow means that it's adjustable. So with the shoulder press, we adjust in the seat, just the seat only. Now I'm going to bring my colleague in, Ryan, who's going to help to demonstrate the exercise. So he's going to take hold of the handles, the shoulder press being an overhead press exercise, and he's going to perform a number of reps and sets before coming to a stop. So our next machine is going to be the pectoral. So again, yellow handle to adjust the seat, and your pec mechanism is just there again. So we'll bring my colleague Ryan in again, who's going to demonstrate the exercise. So Ryan's first off is going to put his feet onto the action here, and he's going to push. It's going to help to bring the handles forward, makes it easier to get into the exercise. Again, he's going to perform a number of sets and reps before coming to a stop. Okay, next we're going to show you the leg extension. So with this one, there's a few little extra things than the others. So again, yellow helps you to adjust to get yourself into the right position there. You can also adjust here and also seat as well. I'll bring Ryan in, who'll demonstrate the exercise and get himself into the correct position. So the pad being back, Ryan's got his feet at the back of the pad, his knees sitting on the rest there. Just going to use the handle just to exit the machine. Next, we've got the leg curl. Again, you can adjust it there with the yellow handle. Also there. Again, the seat. Pen mechanism. So with this one, Ryan's got his feet sitting on the pad, and as long as you remember to get this pad beyond your knees, so again, we've got Ryan in the correct position. And then again, using the handle to come out of the machine. Chest press. Adjusting the seat to the correct position. Pin mechanism. We've got this again that's going to help Ryan just to move the handles forward to help to get him in the correct position. And he's going to come in now. Just remembering to take off your feet once you're in the once you perform the exercise. And then just safely coming out. Okay, so this is your leg press. So you can adjust it here using the handle to get in the correct position. Again, it's a pin mechanism, and you want to make sure that you got your feet nice and flat against the pads. I'm going to bring Ryan in now. He's going to perform the exercise. Again, his feet nice and flat against the pad, 90 degree with the legs, making sure he keeps a nice bend in the leg. He's going to perform a number of reps. It's going to bring it to a nice steady exit and exiting safely. So this is the vertical traction. So you can adjust the seat just here using the yellow handle. The machine also has this. It helps to bring the handles down to help Ryan to get into the exercise appropriately. We've got the pin mechanism with this one. I'm going to bring Ryan in now, who's going to perform the exercise for us. So as we can see, the handles have come down, helping Ryan to grab them. He's going to perform a number of reps. Before exiting safely. So this is your Roman chair, so it's multifunctional. You can do a number of exercises such as a pull-up, a chin-up. You can do a number of leg raises. You can do chest dips and tricep dips. So this is your cable jungle, so it's multifunctional. You can do lots of different isolated exercises. We've got a number of attachments that can be used. So you're just using the carabiner. You just put the carabiner through the hole and make sure that it's attached properly. So there's your pin mechanism for selecting the weight. And with this side, you can also adjust it and take it down to the bottom. That would be generally used for isolated exercises. You can also adjust it back up to the top, just making sure that it clicks in. You've also got the other sides that, again, we're just using a carabiner and attachment and adjusting the weight. So with this side, we've got the backrest. So you put your back against it, you've got the mirror where you can check your form. Using the carabiner, grab your attachment and perform a simple exercise. And okay, with this side, very similar to the other side where we adjusted it up and down. With these, they have fixed higher and lower areas for your attachments. So this is your Smith machine, so it's multifunctional. You can perform lots of different exercises. If you grab one of the instructors, they'll be able to go through some exercises with you. But for the purposes of the video, you need to unrack it by twisting the bar. And when you want to re-rack it, you're just twisting it back on. We've also got the self-spotters. These are for safety advice. So if you put them in position, if that weight gets too heavy, you just know that it's not going to come down on top of you. So Ryan's going to come in and perform an exercise for us now. He's going to be using the bench because he's going to perform a chest press. So he's going to perform a number of reps. Before re-racking the bar and coming out safely. Okay, so this area we've got 3 resistance machines. They're a different colour to the previous ones, just down to manufacturer. But with this one, it's another variation of the shoulder press. Just got some different variations of the handles, but again, yellow to adjust the seat and a pin mechanism. And with this one, we've got the lat pull down. So we've got yellow again to help to adjust the height of the pads, pin mechanism just here, and the handles just above us so we can perform the exercise. I'll bring Ryan in now, who's going to perform the lat pull down. So again, grabbing the handles first, knees under the pads, sitting on the seat, bringing the handles down in front of the face, performing a number of reps. Before stepping out safely. So here we have the abdominal. So you're going to grab the handles just here. These pads are going to be in front of your shoulders. The seat and the backrest, and you're adjusting it just using the handle here, push it towards you, and there's a set of numbers, so just find the one that's correct for you. Pin mechanism, just there, and we'll bring Ryan in again now. Feet on the pads there, setting himself correctly before he performs a number of reps. As we said previously, the pads in front of the shoulders, performing a crunch before grabbing the handle and moving out safely. And this is our glute ham machine, so it's a little bit different to what you might have seen previously. So you can adjust it just here for the foot position, because Ryan's feet will be going on the pads there. And also you can adjust the height here, up and down. And Ryan's quads will be going on there when he performs the exercise. So I'll bring Ryan in now. He's going to perform a back extension. With his feet against the pads. Before exiting safely.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm one of the fitness instructors here. I'll be showing you around the functional fit room today. So this space is a free space. It's more so you can do your warm up, your cool downs, and you've got certain exercises in here that you wouldn't be able to use in the other rooms. So I'll show you around quickly. We've got the boxing bag here for a start. We've got some Swiss balls, medicine balls just here. And then as I take you around, we've got the base bags here. Got kettlebells, got a couple of mats in the middle, plyo boxes up along the wall just here. We've got another bench, got the hex weights here, got your dip frame, and then just here, your battle ropes. So I won't show you every exercise you can do in here just because there's different variations, different weights and that. This room is mainly used so you're using lower weights, different variations, and it gives you more mobility and so forth. The main use of a functional fit room is that it's just a spare space where you can do your warm-ups, your cool downs, and you can do different variations of different exercises. Also provides you with more mobility, so you can do a bit of whatever you want and other exercises that you wouldn't be able to do in the other rooms. As you can see in this space, we've got 3 bikes here. They're a bit more advanced than the other bikes you'll find in the other room, but they're still pretty easy to use, and then we be able to show you if you're unsure. So first of all, we've got the watt bike, we've got the spin bike, and then we've got the fan bike just here. If you haven't used an exercise bike before, I don't recommend you start with one of these just because they are a bit hard to use. It's better to familiarise yourself with the other bikes first. But if you are interested and you want to give it a go, feel free to ask one of the fitness instructors here and we'd be more than happy to show you.
Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you need any further assistance, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. We can offer face-to-face, one-to-one tuition. We look forward to seeing you soon.